I don't have a specific diet, but recently what I'm trying to do is the days that I do not work out, I only eat once. That's kind of my rules. That's what I like about fasting, because probably if I would not have discovered fasting, eating chocolate would give me cramps and all sorts of problems.
Yeah.
Because people on ulcer colitis, normally they cannot eat chocolate, they cannot drink alcohol. But I believe because I'm fasting, that's the reason why I'm medication free. I can eat whatever I want, whenever I want. But I have to do that fasting, And now it became to a point that it's no longer hard for me. It's like normal. I don't even force myself.
Yeah.
It's easy. You know what I mean? Some of my friends think I'm insane, But I tell them it's like when you get used to it, it becomes like an habit.
So why are guys like Georges St-Pierre doing these crazy diets where they're eating carnivore and eating just one meal a day? Even though it's completely not my cup of tea, there are three main benefits that these guys talk about that I think are actually probably at least worth considering. The first one is dietary flexibility. And if you eat just one meal a day, you can essentially sit down and eat a total feast of basically whatever you want without gaining any weight. It's not because there's something magical going on with how your body metabolizes that food or whatever. It's just that most people can't eat that many calories in one sitting. So you can have some alcohol, you can have some treats, you can have a massive steak and a bunch of carbs and not gain any weight. Kind of cool, right? This is a horrible strategy if you decide you want to eat to gain as much muscle as possible, because you'll never be able to get that much food in. The second thing a lot of these guys talk about is productivity and mental clarity. For some reason, the guys who talk about one meal a day and fasting have the almost same religious or devout feeling that the no-fap and semen retention guys talk about their whole thing. But this one actually makes a little more sense. If you think about it, after you eat a big meal, especially a carb-heavy meal, you might experience a little bit of sleepiness or a relaxed state after finishing that meal. This is well documented in the scientific literature. This postprandial state, when you're resting and digesting, is an evolutionary mechanism. So if we push back our eating time until after we're done work, let's say for the day, then theoretically you could stay a little bit more focused and avoid that sleepy sensation. There's a counter argument here that your brain runs on glucose, and that if you were to feed yourself a little bit more carbohydrate earlier on, you'd be able to have more energy and work for longer periods. And the third one is the health benefits. By God, these carnivore and fasting guys with their health stuff. It cured my autoimmune condition. It cured my skin disease. It cured my ulcerative colitis. There's so many personal anecdotes regarding these diets that basically everyone knows someone who was cured by fasting or carnivore. And honestly, all the power to them. I think it's absolutely fantastic that these people found a way to eat that helps them feel better or helps them improve their autoimmune condition or whatever else. That's absolutely amazing. And that's what I do too. I found a way to eat that makes me feel good. Do I think it's the fasting or the carnivore that ultimately ended up healing these people's guts or their skin or their hair condition? I'm not sure. But definitely eating a diet that's comprised of whole, minimally processed foods that avoids foods that trigger their symptoms is probably part of the reason. In the case of Georges St-Pierre, who has ulcerative colitis, he started eating a carnivore type diet and avoiding more of the foods that commonly afflict people with irritable bowel disease. And he starts feeling better. Again, amazing. Is it because the fasting? I don't really know. Another thing to keep in mind is that Georges St-Pierre might not look the way he does because he does fasting and carnivore diets. In fact, I'm pretty sure the majority of his life he didn't eat like this. So if you're just trying this diet to look the way he looks, then I'm pretty sure that's not going to work out the way you want it to. But at the end of the day, these guys eat the way they do because they found that it works for them. It helps them hit their goals and it helps them feel the way they want to, which is the most important thing at the end of the day, right? So if you find someone whose diet sounds interesting to you or you think it might benefit you, then try it on. Like going into the dressing room at a department store or something. Just because you try on a jacket because you think it looks cool doesn't mean you have to buy it. Just like trying a diet out for a week or 2 weeks or even a month doesn't mean you have to stick with it for the rest of your life. The only way you'll know for sure what works best for you is trying it and then sticking with it if you like it. Hopefully that helps someone out there. And if you're new here, hey, what's up? I'm Mateo. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more good stuff just like this. And if you have questions about nutrition, leave them in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.